Hello everyone, and welcome to a new series that I'm calling Net Decking. Um, Basically, with the release of the new Ungaro expansion, there are several decks that are becoming very popular, one of which is been the Quest Rogue, and it was posted on Hearthstone by Dog. Dog's one of the pro players. And I figured it was a fitting one because it's had a lot of success on the ladder. Um, we're going to go ahead and start a game. We're going to show you how this quest actually works for the rogues. The quest is called The Cavern Below. You basically have to play 4 cards of the same name, and you'll get a card called the Crystal Core.
Valera versus Valera.
Watch your back. I always do.
Which makes all your minions 5/5s for the rest of the game. And as you can see, if you have a quest card, it always, always, always shows up in your mulligan. And it's always going to be the far left card. We've got our Stone Tusk Boar and a Shadow Step, so I think we're going to be good to go. And you always want to do a cheap card. We've got Stone Tusk Boar, we've got the South Sea Deckhand, and we also have what's the other card? Oh, Novice Engineer is the other one. So we're going to play our quest. And as you can see, your quest pops up where your secrets would be. And it shows you the quest that you're doing and how far you are into it every time you hover over it. We're playing against another rogue, which may or may not be doing the same quest. So now it's going to be a battle of who can complete their quest first. I think we're going to go ahead and dagger here.
Here we go.
We'll just wait a turn, see what we draw next. There's 3 ways that we can, actually no. There's 2 ways that we can bounce our cards back to our hand. The Gadgetson Ferryman or Shadow Step. Okay.
Here we go. Happy New Year. Here we go.
I hope you like my invention.
Sweet. And that completes our quest. And we get the Crystal Core card. which we're gonna play next turn.
The Brotherhood shall prevail.
Here we go.
And as you can see, for the rest of the game, your
Well
minions
played.
are 5/5.
Ha ha! I'm in charge now.
I did.
And he just couldn't handle it, so there's one match. Go ahead and get in here and do another one. But yeah, doing the rogue quest is pretty quick if you get the right cards in your opening hand, or if you draw the right cards. There are some times
Valera versus Medivh. Let the games begin.
Watch your back.
there are some times where your card draw can backfire on you, and you have the hardest time trying to complete your quest. So sometimes it works in your favor, sometimes not. It's all about RNG at this point. Um, Pass on those two. We'll keep the Ferryman. That's one of our bounce cards. And if you're not familiar with the term bounce, bounce basically means I place it on the board and I bounce it back to my hand. That's how we complete our quest fairly easily, is we bounce a cheap card back to our hand and play it, back to our hand and play it. So we can complete the quest fairly quickly. Alright, looks like it's going to be our buddy the boar again. And we're going to play our war again. Bounce him back to our hand.
I hope you like my invention.
But yeah, from the get-go, like I've been reading a lot about how OP or overpowered this deck has actually been from the start. Um, but knowing Blizzard, they're probably either going to
Here we go.
make it be more copies of a card, or they're gonna change the quest completely. Let's hope they don't. But it is a yeah, we'll do that. It is a possibility. And I'm not sure what kind of mage we're playing against, because he's not playing a quest either. Oh, he could be playing the Antonitis combo. But he may not have the quest. And this card can also come in handy too. Mimic Pod. It's a really good rogue card. You draw a card and then it adds a copy of it to your hand. It's kind of like Thistle Tea was, except it costs, I believe it was 5 or 6 mana. And whatever card you drew, you got 3 copies of. This one can help you, especially if we want to draw a Shadow Step or if we wanted to drop one of our Ferrymen. It can help us bounce our cards back quicker too. So we're going to play this and see what it gets us. Fan of Knives. Alright, not great here, but
Here we go.
I'll go ahead and dagger up and see what we draw next turn. We've played how many? 2. That's almost turn 6, so this may be one of those matches where our opponent will catch up with us and we won't be able to react fast enough, but we'll have to wait and see.
Perhaps.
I hope you like my invention.
Ah, that's right. We've also got 2 Youthful Brewmasters in here as well. So we've got the Shadow Steps, the Gagetston Ferryman, and the 2 Youthful Brewmasters. Those are all used for bouncing the card back to our hand. So I'm going to go ahead and play Van Cleef here.
The Brotherhood shall prevail.
Here we go.
And then what we'll do is we'll play our boar, bounce him back to the hand, play him again, and we'll get our crystal core. There's actually 2 other cards, one which I have in my hand, which is the Violet Teacher. The Violet Teacher becomes a 5/5 as well, and whenever you cast a spell, instead of it spawning the 1/1 tokens, those tokens are actually also 5/5 as well. We've also got Morose in here, and the stewards that he summons are also 5/5. So any tokens that are 1/1s also become 5/5s as well. Alright, so we're going to play our boar, bounce it back to our hand, and we're going to play it again. And then I think we're going to go ahead and Fan of Knives here. And
Here we
go ahead and take that out. And then next turn we'll play our Crystal Core. And Patches, by the way, he also becomes a 5/5 as well. So there's a lot of really, really cheap minions in this deck to help you overpower your opponent. So
Perhaps. A game? So kind of you to join me. I'm in charge now. Aye. General Ixiplapti. All of you.
Here we go.
And the reason why I didn't attack Medivh is because I wanted to give as much damage as possible before that happened. But since he had that Fell Fire potion, we're probably going to lose here now. Because I don't have any
Attention,
way.
class.
Hmm.
I am ready to learn.
Yeah, I don't have any way to
Here we go.
finish out the game, so. This is one of those matches where, as you can see, we completed the quest like turn 6, turn 7.
You're on fire.
So in that case, completing it around turn 6, turn 7, it's way later on in the game, and you're not able to fill the board up as quick with those cheap minions because you're completing the quest too late into the game itself. Most of the time you want to try and at latest try and at least finish it by turn 4 or turn 5. Sometimes that doesn't always happen. It also depends on what you're playing against. There are some opponents that we'll play against that
Valera versus Anduin.
may play a lot of small minions
Watch your
later on to where we can still keep chugging along and still be able to finish the quest later on and still be able to make that impact to win the game. Priest has been one of those decks that has been
Is someone
there have
injured?
been decks that people have been playing to counter the quest rogue with the Dragon Fire potion. And that is a way of clearing the board because I'll have 5/5s, and apparently he didn't draw what he needed. That's good for us. Alright guys, I think we're going to do one more, and I'm going to take a short break, and I'll be back probably with a part 2 so you guys can see it a little bit longer in action.
Valera versus Garrosh.
Victory or death!
watch your back.
Job done.
And there's been the quest warrior. I can't think of what it is right now. It's you got to play 7 taunt minions and you get Ragnaros's mace, and it turns your hero power into basically cost 2 for Ragnaros's hero power, basically. Um,
Here we go.
Still no bounce cards yet.
Job done.
I think we're going to mimic pod and see if we can pull one here.
Here we go.
Job done.
So far, this match is not been working in our favor so far. More cards I don't need. 2, 4, 6, 8. He either needs to play something or we need to draw a bounce card. Because this is... We're on turn... What, turn 5. And we're already at 17 health. This is... very, very bad for us. There's one. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. We'll play the 2 novice engineers.
I hope you like my invention.
We'll shadow step one of them. And see, because of that, because of us playing the novice engineer, we drew 2 of our bounce cards, so this might actually work for us, but we're gonna have to wait and see. Cause he's got us really, really low already. And that is not good for us. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and backstab that one. Kill that one. Play the Stone Tusk Boar. Kill that one. Play this. Bounce it back. I'm gonna play it again. And then we're gonna bounce it back again. We can use it for card draw. Alright. Lord willing, we will pull this off. Hopefully. We'll see. He could have terrible, terrible card draw. Let's hope for that. Because when we play our Crystal Core, this gets charged. That's 5, 10, 15. Actually, we'll do Tatches. It'll give us 10. The next turn we'll weapon up. We'll use this, and we'll probably play our Youthful Brewmaster and bounce the deckhand back to our hand. So hopefully that'll get us a good bit of damage next turn. See what answers he has. There's a taunt. Don't think it's gonna be enough, sir.
I hope you like my invention.
Alright, so we're gonna dagger up. Play our deckhand. We're gonna bounce it back to our hand. I'll play it again. And we're gonna go ahead and leave this.
Here we go.
Well played.
Alright, let's see if he's got an answer for this board. Do you draw a brawl? Does he have it? Does he have 2 damage? He needs 2 damage. And there we have it. There's another complete game. And I'm pretty sure you guys are all curious. The deck list is on Hearthpone, but I will go ahead and show you guys before we take our break here. This is the deck list right here. So if you guys have the caverns below, really good, strong rogue deck. You can get the quest, like I said, completed fairly early. As you saw in the game earlier, there are some times where the deck does kind of whiff and we lose our tempo because we complete the quest later on and we've played most of our cards and it makes it hard for us to try and recover. If you guys liked the video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, drop me a comment, tell me what you thought of the video, any suggestions on other decks you want me to play, and as always, thank you for watching.